Welcome back to another YouTube video.
Welcome to Beyond the Dugout.
We are 4 former collegiate baseball players who dedicated all of our time to college athletics. Now we are here to share with athletes or anyone who loves a good story and is curious what happens behind the scenes. The wins, the losses, and all that didn't make it into the post-game interview. Baseball shaped us and God carried us. Tune in to hear all the stories on Beyond the Dugout.
1, 2, 3, 4.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Beyond the Dugout.
What's up, guys?
Hey guys,
Guys, we have our guy back.
He was waving, too. Did you see
We
him
missed
waving?
him.
I'm back, guys.
He's really excited to be back.
Dude.
He's waving at you guys.
Dude, you have no idea.
He's
how
probably
much I
happy
miss
he's
you
not at
next
school
to me.
right now.
I'm so happy I'm not in school.
How'd you do in your presentation?
Yeah, let him know.
I mean, it was good.
That's it.
I did my thing.
You did
Talked
your
about
thing?
I
You
talked
didn't
about
know
hardball negotiation tactics
Wow.
in chapter 16 of Influence Without Authority for my negotiation class.
That's the
fire.
episode today. He's gonna do the
That's
presentation.
literally, yeah, that's all we got.
It's gonna be a
for
short
today.
episode.
Yeah.
Try to get this reference really quick. Try to sell me.
Oh,
Try to sell me.
me a pin.
Try to sell me a pen. You don't know
Is that ready?
movie?
It's negotiation, not sales.
Negotiate a price with me right now for that water bottle.
That's
No.
a wallow.
Well, how important is that water bottle to you?
It's pretty damn important.
So I'm gonna sell it to you for $100.
If
If it's that important,
there's like a little bit of like dents and stuff down here. You think that we could go a little bit lower?
does that
Like what you started.
that doesn't like
Huh?
Like what you started.
that doesn't mess up the
$10.
function of the water bottle though, does it? It just shows character.
Ooh,
Means it's been places.
that's fire.
All right,
I'm
let's
buying,
move
I'm
on.
buying it for
$100?
Yeah, I'm buying it.
Easy
All right.
as that.
Good job, guys.
We have a very, very special guest today.
We're making him wait too.
We
We're
do.
making him wait.
Yeah, he's just
that was
sitting over
that
there
was a
looking
little.
at us right
yeah,
now.
he's just like laughing.
I
at
would have
us.
left about him.
But no, we're excited for this guy to be on.
Absolutely.
He's been a teammate to 3 of us. One of them coach.
I coached him.
You coached him.
I coached him twice
Yeah,
technically.
coached him
Wow.
twice.
Very
2
good
years, 2
player.
years of coaching.
Very good player.
Very good human
really
being.
good.
Really, really good.
Really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good guess.
Actually, I think he came in to replace you.
Yeah, technically.
Yeah.
That's good. Yes, he did do that.
It
He
is
did a good job too.
He's doing a good job.
And he
All right.
seriously was good.
You want to introduce our guest today?
Yeah, guys. So our guest comes from Kokomo, Indiana.
Good.
Yeah, really good. He started his college baseball career off at Miami of Ohio and spent 1 year there, played a little bit, and then transferred to the University of Indianapolis with us. And he was our teammate for the past 2 years. Went to the World Series with us 2 years in a row. And just recently this year was selected preseason All-American by the ABCA, I believe, correct?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah. Welcome.
Welcome, Easton Good.
Yes, sir. Let's go.
Let's go.
Come on. Crowd's going crazy.
Insane.
Crowd's going wild.
Easton.
Welcome, Easton.
Ladies are doing their
Oh,
lady things.
Yeah, ladies,
Yes.
ladies, relax.
Calm down.
We know.
He's taking.
A lot of
Wait a-
He's
ladies.
taking, ladies. Relax.
Oh man, how's it going, Easton?
It's good. I do want to start off saying I did know Velo before I knew you guys. Even if
Yes.
we weren't teammates, he was my coach. So.
Yep.
That
Him-
probably
him
makes
and
you
EJ
feel
White.
old.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Him, EJ White, and
Oh,
Chris
yeah.
Brady, which is crazy.
Me and P go way back,
We do.
basically.
Wait,
Local
that's
legends,
fire.
man.
I forgot about that.
Yes, I always liked Goody
We'll have to-
too.
we'll have to get
Cornwell
it-
was the
yeah.
head coach, but never really there.
We'll have to get into that a little bit later. That's like I forgot all about that. I forgot
Yeah.
that you coached with Cornwell
Yeah,
out there on the
and that's how I got EJ White, and then we got Goody too.
yeah.
Yeah, well, thank you, Easton, for coming.
Yeah, appreciate you
We'd
guys.
love to have you on.
I'm excited. I got the text from CV. I had night class. I did get out of there a little early, but duty calls.
You tell the
Wait.
teacher, say, "Hey, I got a
Wait, I
podcast."
think-
I need to-"
No, I just gave him one of those grab my bag and walk out. Don't make eye contact. Just try.
give him a little head nod.
Yeah.
You had a presentation tonight too, didn't you? Did you?
So it got moved actually. So it's
Oh, okay.
we went. Our class was going a little extra, so I got to do it next week. But I was prepared if I needed to go today.
Okay, fire. All right, you want to
Yeah,
get us in?
yeah. I'm a big segment guy, so I picked this segment. Basically, we're gonna name a couple things that some people love or they hate. And Easton here is going to tell us if he thinks it's good or bad, and it's called is it good? Who are you waving at?
So corny.
Oh,
Oh,
Sorry, I said it like that. My bad.
Yours
I'm
okay.
that's
sorry.
actually
It's
messed
okay.
up.
Dang it. So it's up to Easton, obviously. So the first thing, I know my answer for this one. I don't know why. Maggie, help me with this one. Going to school, Easton. Is it good?
It
Eh.
good.
Yeah, I
Love
mean,
that.
going to school is good. The actual act of waking up and going to class, I don't know if I'd say that's good.
It's bad.
That gets me a lot. Yeah, but also, I mean, there's trade schools, there's all types of schools. So yeah, going to school is good. Anytime you can further your education on anything, I think that's a good thing.
Student athlete.
Okay,
Right there. It's a
okay.
great answer. It's a great answer.
Wow. Okay.
Would you guys agree? It's good.
I mean,
Yeah.
It's good.
I think
Come on, it's good. Education, man.
going to school and playing baseball is good.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
Feels better when you're out of school.
Yeah,
but
Fair.
Yeah,
We'll
yeah.
take that. I like that answer. How about snow?
No,
Bad.
snow is not good.
Fastest snow ever.
Because of
Snow is
driving
not
or
good.
because of
This
How about snow on Christmas Day?
if it
That's
is
it, right?
Yeah, but also I guess if it's gonna be really cold, it might as well snow.
Yeah,
I feel
I'm
that.
with you.
I feel that.
My
I
main
hate when it's
problem
just-
is
I
ice.
Yeah, ice. Yeah, I'm not a
Yeah.
fan of ice. Not a fan of driving in the snow, but I feel like snow is kind of a little kid thing. I loved the snow when I was little. Now I'm old. I'm not going out and playing in
Yeah.
the snow.
It's almost
True.
inconvenient.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel you.
You get 2 hour delays in high school. Like snow's great. But,
Yeah.
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 we're not getting 2 hour delays in class. I'm just not
No.
going.
Yeah.
That's fair.
All right.
How about pineapple on pizza?
I'm gonna have to say no. I'm sorry if you guys are big on that.
No,
No,
I dislike pineapple on
I'm
pizza.
indifferent
I like
on
it.
I'm
I'm-
indifferent.
yeah, I
on it.
like it.
It's like, do you like?
I mean, I'll eat it.
What about mushrooms on pizza?
I
No,
love that.
Nah.
I don't like pineapples really in general.
Oh,
So like, it's like I don't know. I don't know if my answer is valid there because I don't.
I should
like
just say pineapples.
Yeah, pineapples in general.
No. Bad. Not too good.
Nah.
That's fair. I'm with you there. How about spicy food? You like you some spicy, food?
food's good. It can't be too spicy to where it's not enjoyable.
What's
you know?
too spicy in your opinion?
I don't know if I can think of
Like
a
jalapeno?
specific I'll eat jalapenos. I like
Yeah.
jalapenos on like nachos. Like that's a good.
You a hot
So you
Cheetos
kinda-
guy, Takis
No,
guy?
I don't like hot Cheetos.
So you kind of like the spicy as a compliment, or kind of like a spicy.
Yeah, if it's all about the spice, I'm probably
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
But
I
if
got.
it's just a
Yeah, I'm
little
the
bit-
same way actually.
Yeah, yeah,
Fair. All right.
Mhm.
How about country music?
yeah. I'm a fan of country music. That
Yeah.
took that. That's probably in the last 2 year type of thing too, because I used to despise country music.
so
I-
I think it might
I
have
would-
something to do with going to school at UIndy. Honestly, I'm not joking because I came into UIndy despising country music as
Yeah.
well.
I think I
Yeah.
grew up a little bit too. It was,
Matured a little bit.
yeah,
Yeah,
'cause
I
I
think I'm the
actually
exact
this is pretty good.
Yeah, yeah.
Not
So
too
you were
bad,
kind of
yeah.
you were kind of forced into it.
Yeah, I mean,
I was.
I was maybe
Yeah.
forced into it, but also it's just like you driving back country roads back home in the summertime with the
Throw the
windows
guns
down. I'm
No
not-
snow.
I'm not
no damn
no snow. I'm not gonna be banging little baby.
Yeah, that's fair.
Every time.
Well, maybe,
Sometimes.
maybe.
What's
make
your
it a little
favorite
bit-
country artist?
I like Riley Green. Riley
Nice.
Green's
Oh,
my
fire,
favorite.
fire.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. Now, waking up early. And I think I know your answer for this one.
Bad.
Yeah.
Bad. Bad. Bad.
Bad. Not
What's
too good.
early for you?
Early for me,
Yeah.
like 8:30 and earlier. If I get to wake up at like 9, I'd consider that a good sleeping in.
Okay.
Like
I agree.
waking up at 9
Dude.
is if I
9
wake
is
up at
nice.
9, I'm not thinking like, oh, I have
Yeah.
to wake up early. But
Mine is
if
nice.
I got to wake up at like 8 or I mean even 8:30, sometimes like that extra 30 minutes will get you.
No, for sure.
It gets me
Yeah.
at least.
For sure it will.
Yeah.
But I hate waking up early. I despise it.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
I'm definitely with you there.
Yeah. What's up, picture guy?
Yes,
Um.
man.
But yeah, tell us, who are you? Why are you here?
Why am I here?
Who's Easton Good?
Well, first off, I'll start why I'm here. I went to school. I'm from Indiana, right? But I went to school, started out at Miami of Ohio, and I ended up, a little bit of a coaching change, a little bit of a switch. Got some moving around and some things at my old school, and guys had to go elsewhere, and played in the Grand Park Summer League with V over here in Cornwall, and I talked to V about UND a little bit, and the one thing that he always talked about was just the guys and the group of guys I'd be going into, and that's a great sign first to hear that you're going into a group with
Mhm.
great teammates, and I got two sisters. They both have very young kids, and I wanted to stay close to home and be close to my family. And I went Division 1 to Division 2, and maybe I was worried about that hurting my ego for a little bit. And then you realize, like, man, it's playing baseball. It doesn't matter what division you're at. It's cool to travel to all these cool places and go to really cool stadiums, and I've done that, and I did it for a year, but like it's more fun to play and it's more fun to win. And I mean, if I'm going to be honest, also, I had no idea UND wasn't that great before I transferred into it. I didn't really look into that. But, I got there and I kind of looked at the past year and I was like, oh, wow, the last 2 years, the record
Yeah,
wasn't
you're right.
that great.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I wanted to stay close to home. A little bit of coaching changes over at my old school and just needed something different, something to switch it up.
You mentioned that you were in the Grand Park Summer League with V and Cornwell. Cornwell's our pitching coach at the University of Indianapolis. Actually, he's the head assistant coach now.
Yeah.
He was the pitching coach. But kind of walk us through that. Did you have like any other offers, or like did you have any other like choices between like not only UIndy, but like could you go somewhere else and play ball?
I was definitely talking to some schools. Funny story actually, when I was playing for Cornwell, I transferred from Division 1, so I was thinking, I'm going to go back Division 1. I wasn't really thinking about Division 2 schools all that much. I mean, like I just didn't really know what it would be about at Division 2. But halfway through the summer, Cornwell like looked at me. He's like, "Why didn't you tell me you're in the portal?" And I was like,
He didn't even know.
I kind of just figured like maybe you'd see it, maybe not. I didn't just want to like walk up to you and say, "Hey, I'm in the portal, so I'm coming to UND."
Yeah.
Sign me now.
So then he was like, "Well, like we need to talk about some things, and like, we can work something out." I ended up taking a visit and actually I saw Caleb on the visit. I think Will might have been with him.
Did I dap you up?
You were driving in a car and I was walking with my parents and you guys stopped. It was probably, I mean, it could very well be you guys in this room right now. You guys stopped on my visit and said what up and everything. And I know my parents appreciated that too. They were just kind of like, man, that's cool. Like,
Just to see that, yeah.
yeah, like I wasn't even committed or anything. I was just on a visit and you guys took the time to stop your car and say what's up to me and stuff. And like, that was cool. That meant a lot to me too, for sure.
I remember we saw somebody. We were playing basketball. I don't remember who it was. I think we were all playing basketball, and they were on a visit. I
know-
remember who it
I
was.
saw you in the gym, honestly.
Yeah.
Upstairs at Cornwell.
Yes.
I might have been with one of these guys too. I
Yes.
remember because I saw your parents as well too. But
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah, that's fire.
Yep. But I mean,
Well-
back to the other schools things. I never officially got any offers from any other schools because I honestly wasn't like
Pursuing?
Yeah, I wasn't really pursuing. Like, I didn't want to go back far away from home again. I kind of wanted to stay close, and I was talking to Butler and UND, the two ND schools, and then nothing against Butler, but I just didn't want to end up going there. I kind of wanted to stay away from that.
Smart decision.
Yeah.
there were a couple guys on that local Legends team that went to Butler.
Yeah,
too.
they
Remember,
were.
like
Yeah, Jack,
Jack
who's
Watkins?
actually having an insane
balling
year
out
this year.
right now.
Like,
Talked-
Jack,
Wait,
if you see this, you're
He's going
killing
crazy.
it.
Wait,
Yes.
that's the guy that's like hitting bomb.
Yeah,
like-
he's going
like-
crazy. And
he's
honestly,
like,
and hitting for average.
yeah, he's
no,
in like
no
four- he was
disrespect
hitting
to him
four
at all,
some.
but like I know that summer he really wasn't playing like that, and I could see like his swing was good. I don't know if you saw it too, but like
yeah.
when I would throw BP to him, I was like, this kid's got like really good swing. But now he's like,
He's like
popping
really, really
off.
good. He's got
Yeah,
senior
I was
now?
surprised.
he's got to be a senior now. I think he's in the same grade as you.
Yeah.
But
He maybe, yeah. He's probably a senior.
Do you guys know Marcus?
Yeah, Marcus Goodpasser.
Yeah.
Okay. He just threw 8 innings the other day. No hits. No runs.
Insane.
Actually, no, maybe some hits, no runs. Through 8 innings.
Insane.
Dude, we tried so hard to convince him to come to the University of Indianapolis, and if he would have came, he would be with you guys right now as
Yeah.
a starting pitcher
He's
for you
at
guys.
Butler.
And he's
Yeah,
at
he's at
Butler.
Butler.
And I was like, bro, you guys.
He went to
No
Franklin.
offense,
He
no
went to
offense to
Franklin.
Butler or anything like that. Like I know some great players that have came out of Butler, but just to be honest, we've beat them the last 3
Every time,
falls,
yeah.
for 3 falls, and it's like they don't have a winning record. We went to back-to-back World Series. Like I know it's D1 compared to D2, but at the same time, like I feel like you would rather go to a winning school rather than go to a school that's not going to compete for anything. If that makes sense.
Yeah, no, it does.
I don't know.
I've seen both sides of it too because I've been in the situation where I mean, like, even the days where I wasn't traveling and we weren't winning a lot of games when I was at Miami, like, dude, when you go and you step on the field, like, I don't know, at Coastal Carolina and Cincinnati and
that's
stuff,
sick,
like,
yeah.
it's easy to see how people can kind of get carried away in that stuff, but it's also easy to see, like, it's cool. It is cool.
Yeah,
And, like,
I agree.
there's not a lot of stress. You're not playing a whole bunch either. Like, it's some guys just want that, and I can see both sides of it for sure. Now, me personally, I definitely enjoy the playing every single day and
Yeah,
winning
for sure.
aspect more. But
Yeah.
Will you
Well, I
say
mean, like, once
us
you
in
taste
D1?
that,
Will you say us in D1 will perform as well? We'll take a few years.
I would say the biggest difference between Division One and Division Two is just pitching. Like the hitting. I mean, okay, the studs at Division One, yes, they're
are
better than
crazy.
us,
Yeah,
yes.
they're
But
crazy.
like our best players would be bottom of the lineup, like could play for a lot of Division One teams. It's not like everyone in this room could find a way onto the field there, but their best is definitely going to be better than our best. But
Yeah.
and pitching in general is just another level.
Yeah.
I got you.
Did Division Two surprise you, like at how good
Yeah.
players were?
Especially my first year here, our conference, we had some studs. I mean, you had Napleton who ended up going to Louisville
Louisville, yeah.
and hit at Quincy, I don't know, 30 home runs or something.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Easy.
Caraba, I mean, we've heard that name at
Name.
least.
Million
I've heard
times.
that name
Reddy's
for-
nightmare,
Yeah,
that name.
exactly. Caraba's his favorite word.
It is.
Um, and
Really?
he ended up going to Louisville too. He's
in the
throwing
dictionary now.
He threw pretty well.
Yeah, he threw
decent.
95
Yeah.
through
Yeah.
Alex Epp, he was conference player of the year last year. Just definitely some studs come out of
Yeah.
our conference, and I was surprised.
Even
The
like
guy
the guys
that
at
went to
UIS and
Illinois.
stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Illinois.
UIS. Like some of them went to Illinois. A couple of them. One of them went to WKU.
Yeah.
But yeah. I just thought that was an interesting like take because obviously none of us had that experience of like playing at the Division One level. Obviously we've seen games and stuff, but I didn't know if you thought it was like a humongous gap or
It's
anything
not
like that.
humongous.
Okay.
It's not. Now, is it humongous between us and Vanderbilt? Yeah, but
Yeah.
there's also, like Purdue Fort Wayne's Division One.
PFW,
Yeah.
like,
exactly.
Yeah.
Those gaps are not
Yeah.
is
Like mid-major baseball.
mid-major
could be-
and the best Division Twos. Like the best Division Twos will compete with mid-major schools,
Yeah,
100%.
Agreed.
Now
I mean,
the
it's
power-
kind of like a
Power
UIS.
five, power
It's
five,
kind of like
boy.
a UIS. Is it UIS? No, USI.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like kind of USI, Bellarmine.
Yeah, I mean those were
Lindenwood.
Division Two. Yeah.
Yeah.
They were D2. I mean,
Yeah.
they're playing. So
Yeah, it's not like they're going out there and losing every single game.
yeah.
Exactly.
Like they're competing.
True. Back to how we introduced you. Will mentioned that you were a preseason All-American this year. We just kind of want to know how did that impact your mindset going into the season, and how is it impacting the way that you're stepping on the field every single day and competing? Obviously, everybody wants to be an All-American, right? Like that's the goal. Like we want to be good, but
For
also
sure.
we want to win games.
Yeah, for sure.
So like just walk us through that a little bit.
I mean, it was cool. It was definitely after the season I had last year and knowing I was coming back the next year, I was not that I was just assuming, but I thought there was a pretty good chance that it would happen. So I would say I was kind of looking towards that and had a good idea that would happen. But when you actually see it on a graphic that's posted on social media or something, and it's just like, wow, like that's pretty cool. Even though you don't play for those individual reward or awards and things like that, like it is pretty cool. But I think it maybe could have hurt me in a little bit of a way because you get that recognition and you're a preseason All-American, and then you think you have to be better than you were last year. And if I'm just as good as I was last year, even a little bit better, that's good
A
enough.
hell of
pretty
a
good.
season.
Yeah,
A hell of a
exactly.
season.
So it's like
Yeah.
almost not unrealistic expectations, but almost just thinking because of the season I had last year and being a preseason All-American, another year doesn't mean you're going to be another year better. I mean,
Right.
we've seen there's been plenty of people, not even just within UIndy, but in general that, they have a better junior year than a better senior year. Like that's
Yeah.
just sports, that's baseball. That's just-
Definitely baseball.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah. I mean, you almost become a target too. Like,
oh yeah,
it's
I've
not
been-
like people know how to pitch you now. It's
I've
just
been
like
pitched, but
they
I
know
have
pitch
been,
around you now,
I've been
right?
pitched so differently this year. I mean, probably 30 walks already, and that's more, I think, than I had last year, and 9 hit by pitches. Like, it's just way different last year than how I was pitched. And
Yeah.
not that that's like anything bad. It's also kind of like now I know, like, okay, I'm going to get a lot of off speed. I'm going to get a lot of this.
Yeah.
And, they're my first 2 pitches of the at bat probably aren't going to be middle.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, so, I mean, it goes both ways. It's good and bad. It can cloud your mind and make you think about things that don't matter. Like, team success is definitely more important, and it can make you set these unrealistic expectations for yourself. But also in the back of my mind, it does help stepping on the field knowing, like, in my opinion, like, I'm the best player on the field. Like, you're not going to get me out. You know what I mean? Like, that's competition. That's a good mindset to have, if as long as it's not towards your own guys, towards the other guys. Like, when I step on the field, like, you guys aren't preseason All-Americans. Like, I'm the All-American. Like,
Right.
good
It's a
luck getting
boost.
me out.
Yeah, it's definitely a
you.
boost
Good
of
luck.
confidence. Yeah.
Definitely a fire mentality to have.
You've mentioned a lot about the team, obviously. What has been like your most what have you most enjoyed about your time with UND baseball throughout the years?
I would say, man, the first year we went to Cary, obviously we went back last year, but man, that first year was a special season. That year was, I never really, I mean, in college at least at Miami, championships weren't something that we're aiming for it. Everyone's aiming for a
Everybody
championship.
wants to,
but,
right?
you ask everyone in that locker room, like, no one's expecting, like, yeah, we're going to the World Series. No, we're not.
Yeah, it's kind of like you're like, yeah, no.
Like, yeah, that's the goal,
It'd be
but it's
cool.
also like, the Oakland Athletics goal is to win the World Series and not make the playoffs.
Right,
You know?
right,
I mean,
right.
maybe this year,
Let
actually.
alone they don't have a stadium.
Yeah,
Right.
I guess I'm not the Oakland. Yeah, but I would say that first year going to Cary, man, me and Dom walked into our hotel. Man, we had our name on the TV. We had a little bag on the bed. I was like, man, this is
They know who
this
we
is
are.
big
Dom.
time.
Look
man.
at us, Dom.
It says welcome, Dom and Easton.
It says Dom Brown catcher right here. Look at this thing.
This is cool. I remember we all went to the pool one day. The good thing about the World
Oh,
Series
that
is
was
you get
fun.
those off days. We all went to the pool, had a great
That
time.
was my birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Dang.
We
I
get
did-
those boxes that brought a
Oh,
bunch of cool
dude,
stuff
so
in it.
fire, bro.
Yep.
The NCAA doesn't even realize like how much like we appreciate that stuff. Like
Yeah, because we
like-
don't. Yeah,
like we don't get much stuff like that. You know what I
Right.
mean?
No,
At-
yeah.
At Division II institution, like we don't get to see that type of stuff that often.
Yeah.
Like obviously D1s, like they can just like pay, or
Yeah.
big D1s. Some D1s don't have as much money, but like just like you said, going into that hotel room,
Seeing your name.
seeing my name,
Seeing our logo
seeing-
at the front. is
Exactly.
probably-
Yeah, yeah,
you know what I mean?
Dude, like the bat that they had made for us
Yep.
at the front of the
Yeah,
hotel,
yeah,
like
yeah.
nobody else, like UND baseball, welcome.
Even
It's
hopping
the
on the
little
plane,
things.
man. We hadn't.
Dude, exactly.
We flew on a plane like you feel out. Like I was like, wow, we're big time, man. We got a
And
flight.
we all had the same bags and
Yeah.
everything.
I remember getting off the flight. And we all got on the bus, and it was like, it's the same bus that we would take on a road trip, but that bus felt like gold.
Didn't it? Even when it broke down, it felt
Yeah,
cool.
it did.
We're like,
We
hey,
went
it's
to the
not too
wrong
bad.
hotel.
Yeah, we went to the wrong hotel.
We were
The bus
still
broke
living-
down. It was
nobody,
awesome.
nobody complaining, bro.
It was really
Literally
cool.
Nobody complaining.
now kind of moving on to this year. You're the first guy that is currently playing right now at UND that it's on the podcast.
Yeah.
So congratulations.
I appreciate
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Ladies, calm
Yeah.
down. Calm down.
What's your favorite part of the season as of
So
to
far?
now? Yeah.
Up to now, I would say favorite part of the season. I mean, I would definitely say we just hosted the K Out Cancer game for Dawson, and that was a special day, a special game, man. I personally haven't had the season that I've wanted to results wise. I mean, like numbers wise. Baseball's a weird game. I feel like I've been hitting the ball very hard. They've been getting caught, things like that. But you step back and realize, like, yeah, I may be struggling a little bit and going on a little skid here, but this man is fighting for his life, and
Yeah.
we got to celebrate him, and I got to see him for the first time in a while, and that was definitely the best part of the season. And I mean, there was a lot of people there too. It gets you amped up a little bit, just a regular season game against
packed.
Truman's hard to get hyped for.
Right.
Yeah,
for
the
sure.
Friday game, it's tough.
Yeah, it's hard to get hype against Truman. You're gonna go out there and probably beat him by 10 runs,
Yeah, exactly.
but the whole football team and a bunch of other athletes are there, and it makes you, step in the box a little bit. I'm like, all right, let
Yeah.
me take a little. I'm
Probably
gonna
nice
dig
little
my
Talking,
spot
yeah,
there.
talking a little crowd.
Yeah,
yeah.
take my spot in the box a little different this time. Take my time, there's
Yeah.
people watching. It
Letting the
felt
fans
nice.
have it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it felt nice.
That is fun.
Yeah, for sure.
That's good.
Man, I we want to get into some fun questions, right? We gotta get some
Yeah,
fun
let's
questions
do it.
here.
No, we're not having fun.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm having fun.
well, that's-
already.
Yeah,
You know,
we're having a
taking
having a
those are
blast.
just serious, you know.
All right.
All right,
I guess it'll be fun.
we need your all-time starting lineup for MLB and players you've
Yeah.
you've
players
played
that-
with.
That means
you
two
play
separate lineups, or do you mean
Two
combine
sep-
them?
no,
okay,
two
okay.
No,
I was
no.
gonna say we're not going.
I'm
I'm
bad at leadoff.
CV. I'm gonna put CV's a right. Lucha, just give me Spear behind the dish. No. Okay, I like that. That's
so
a really good question.
two separate lineups, one for the MLB and one for teammates you've had
Okay,
in
I'm
the
not gonna
past.
go into batting order because that would get too crazy here. But I'll go. Okay,
By
we'll start.
position, maybe.
Yeah, we'll start on the mound. Who I'm gonna pick on the mound? Probably going Nolan Ryan. I mean, Nolan Ryan in his prime. You put him up there, that's an intimidating man.
Yeah.
That's who I want to ride behind for sure.
Yeah, you've sold me already.
Yeah, going Nolan
He's a
Ryan,
beast.
and then catcher. I'm gonna go. There's a lot of great catchers. I'm trying to. The one that comes to mind for me, and the guy who I grew up watching behind the dish is Yadier Molina.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I gotta go.
That's a good one.
That,
Come
on,
that
man.
could be.
you could
Come
go
on,
Buster
man.
No,
Posey.
Buster Posey's a G. Buster Posey's a beast. Yeah.
He looked at the jersey. He's like, yeah,
Yeah.
Yachty,
I-
Yachty.
To be honest,
Go with Yadier.
Yachty and
to
Molina.
be honest, I thought about Yachty too at first. So.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
so did
kind
I.
of the first one that came to my mind because we're gonna be able to rake this team. So I'll take one of the best defensive catchers behind the dish.
That's a leader too.
Yeah, that is.
For sure.
Give me. We'll go over to first base, and I'm gonna go with Albert Pujols.
Okay.
Yeah, that's another guy I grew up watching for sure, and
The best hitter of his generation.
yeah, in all honesty, like
machine.
he probably is the best of,
He is.
of the generation. Yeah.
The Los Angeles days,
Yeah.
kind of. But he was a beast. Still, people
Now
probably
this-
forget that.
This might surprise you at the second base, but was my all-time favorite player for a long time, and I'm gonna go Robinson Cano.
Yeah.
Ooh.
He's so smooth.
That swing.
Robinson Cano's aesthetic and everything about him, man. That's my guy. Robinson Cano's a
That's a great
beast.
answer.
And I'm gonna go with the Yankees middle infield. Derek Jeter, my favorite baseball player of all time, is gonna play the shortstop. Over at third base,
Don't go with A-Rod, please.
nah, I'm not gonna go. Prime A-Rod though.
His good lineup. Leave him alone.
Third base, I'm gonna go with Chipper Jones.
Wow, that's a great answer too.
Wow.
Switch hitting,
Switch
Chipper
hitter.
Jones. Yeah, one of baseball's best, Chipper Jones
Yeah.
for sure. Now my outfield may consist of 3 center fielders, but they play center field, and you can put them anywhere out there in the outfield.
Yes.
So first, my first outfielder is gonna be my second favorite baseball player of all time, King Griffey Jr.
Ooh.
He's gonna be
Another sweet swing. right
yeah.
there.
That's as good as it gets with the swing.
Yep.
And this is I'm not putting Babe Ruth and Hank Aaron and them out there because I'll be the first to tell you I'm the biggest believer that Mike Trout, Aaron Judge, all them guys would mop the floor.
Yeah, I
with
agree.
Babe Ruth.
Yeah,
and-
they ain't touching 98.
Nah,
bro.
them pitchers, they didn't even, the first guy that threw a curveball was probably against Babe Ruth. He said, hey, that one moved.
Hey, that one moved a little. That one
that
dropped
had
a little bit.
curve to it.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
probably had like
it's
7 bats on
windy.
his hand.
Yeah, I'm
Put it
not
right here.
so-
Right.
Hurl me the fastball.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm not with that. So back to that. Yeah, I'm gonna go. Prime Mike Trout is gonna be my other outfielder. These are obviously all in the prime. So we
Yeah.
got
I like it.
Mike Trout, King Griffey Jr., and man, there's a lot of good outfielders. Anyone could fill this spot. I'm trying to think of someone personal more than just one of the best baseball players, and I'm probably gonna have to go with.
I got something in my mind.
Do you think what? Like you think you know who I'm gonna pick?
No,
Oh,
I don't think you're gonna pick him.
But you got someone.
But I got someone.
Okay.
Right
Might have
fielder.
someone.
Right fielder.
Probably
I'm
got
thinking
Acuna.
right field.
I was
You know who
thinking
I'm gonna
too.
go with?
That's what I thought he said.
The dark horse here, and this is obviously at one point in time my favorite baseball player in the league, and I'm gonna go Bryce
Bryce
Harper.
Harper. I knew you were gonna go Bryce.
Come on.
I do get
Fire.
some comparisons.
Yeah, I
to
was
Bryce
gonna say,
Harper,
yeah.
but I like Bryce Harper a lot, and
Yeah.
MVP season Bryce Harper. I'm putting him.
Do you
in.
see he brought a bat for his
Yes, for his gender reveal.
gender reveal?
Oh yeah, it was with
It
he
was-
used
yeah,
like a blue bat.
yeah,
He was a
yeah,
blue
bat.
bat.
Who gave it
Black.
to him again?
It was a blue bat.
Um,
But I thought he was
Trey
gonna.
Turner. Trey Turner gave it to him in a box before the game, and he brought it out right before his first at bat. He
pretty
found
cool.
out that he
Struck
was
out
having a
with it.
boy.
He struck
He
out.
struck
with
out
it.
with it.
He did. He did strike out.
Tough, but,
He did
hey,
strike out.
That's baseball.
Damn.
All right, now your teammates.
Old
My
time,
teammates.
yeah, old time
Okay.
teammates.
All-time
Yeah.
teammates. Yeah.
You got to put
Okay.
a food guy in there too as like the bench.
Oh,
You could-
V. There's no one comparing to you as food guy.
Oh, hold on. You missed the
Come on.
Hey,
DH.
but also, hey.
Oh,
You
yeah,
missed
didn't
the
get
DH.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Good.
Barry
DH.
Bonds.
DH. That's exactly. And if you're not choosing Barry Bonds as your DH, you probably need to rethink your
Yeah,
life.
grow up, man.
In
Grow
my
up.
opinion, Barry Bonds, hot take, Barry Bonds is the greatest hitter of all
all
time.
time.
Yeah,
Barry
I
Bonds
agree.
may be the
Dude.
greatest baseball player of all time.
I
I
agree.
saw a video the
In
other
my
day.
opinion.
I saw a video the other day on Barry Bonds how a lot of the players that don't want him in the Hall of Fame isn't because of the steroids, because he was a terrible human. Like,
Really?
outside of baseball.
Well, he was a really good baseball
Yeah,
player.
I know, but like
That's a good thing. This isn't my MLB starting.
I know.
people.
Yeah. Like, apparently he was listen to how crazy this is. He was carrying boxes to his car, and two little fans were outside of his car
Oh.
and asking him for. Just listen to this. He was carrying boxes out to his car, right? Full hands. His hands were full. And two little kids were outside of his car, and they're like, "Hey Barry, can we get your pen? Barry, can we get your autograph, please?" And he said, my hands are full." He dropped the boxes, empty, got in his car, and drove off. Nothing in the boxes.
He
just
said, "FTK."
He just
Oh
carried him
my
out-
gosh.
He just carried him outside.
That's pretty funny.
I like
No,
that though.
dude.
That's kind of. I kind of like
I
that.
respect
Smart
the
though,
hustle,
right?
man.
Kinda-
Good.
Ah,
He
hands
may
are
not be
fools.
my DH after that. He may be. I might put him at every position.
That's awesome.
That is pretty. That's like that. Just reminded me of the story. It was like I think it was either Wilt Chamberlain or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar or something. Someone got in the elevator and said, "How's the weather up there?" And he spit on him. And he said, "It's raining." That's crazy.
hilarious.
That's
It's
crazy.
raining.
That's insane.
Oh my gosh, that's actually wild.
That's kind of
That's
you
wild.
got something wrong with you. If you do that.
Just spin off something.
Yeah, Barry's nuts. Now my
Alright.
teammates.
Yeah.
Okay.
all time.
On the mound, easy pick for me on the mound teammates, Sam Bachman, 9th overall pick in the MLB draft. I played with him at Miami for a year. My first ever at bat in a college inter-squad game. Obviously, you know how that went. I struck out, probably on 3 pitches. Funny story about that, though. We used to have the velo, the pitcher velocity on the scoreboard. And I stepped in the box, and for some odd reason, as a freshman, I was probably weighing 150 pounds soaking wet. I got a first pitch slider right down the middle, and I was like, that's the fastest slider I've ever seen. I look up at the scoreboard, and it says 89 mile an hour.
What?
And I was just like, what am I supposed to do? Sam threw 101 twice my freshman season.
Holy cow.
Yeah, so
Jesus.
that's an easy pick for me. 9th
Did he
overall
play?
pick.
Did he play in the Grand Park League too?
He did. He
That's
did
what I
the very
thought.
first year when that Grand
That's what
Park
I
League was
thought.
crazy.
Yeah, that league was really
Henry
good.
Davis played in it, number 1 overall pick.
101
that-
is crazy.
101, yep. So that's easily that's going to be my pitcher for sure. Catcher. Out of frame here. Will Spear, the best defensive catcher I've ever played with. Regardless of division, that's the best defensive catcher I've ever played with for sure. First base, I'm going to go with my guy Z Will,
Gee
the
Willie.
ultimate
Williams.
competitor. The ultimate competitor. I'm
That
going
dude.
with Zach Williams. Second base, got to go with Drew B for sure. Got to go with Drew. I mean, so I'm obviously a little bit biased with my UNE team because when I was playing at Miami, I wasn't playing all that much. So, and obviously I played second base too when I was there. So, you
Put
know,
yourself a second.
Nah,
Second and short, making every play.
I'm gonna go all teammate teams. So I'm not gonna.
You're
be in
gonna
this
put
team.
yourself in?
Yeah. So shortstop, I'm gonna go Bryce Eblin.
Fire.
Draft. I don't think he got drafted. He got signed by the White Sox
Yep.
after playing 4 years at Alabama. 4 years. I think a 3-year starter in the SEC. He's a beast. Best baseball player I've ever played with.
He played at Center Grove.
Yep.
In the Ellen's conference.
That's fire.
So we got to play against him. Like, oh yeah,
What'd you do against him?
yeah. I totally forgot. I took Bryce Eblin deep.
That a boy.
Yeah,
Oh, he was a
Bryce Eblin plays
pitcher too?
shortstop, just so you know.
yeah.
Yeah.
But he also
He said shortstop, not
But he
pitcher.
also pitched. He also pitched.
I'm just kidding. He did pitch. And
He
he threw hard.
pitched.
He
Come
did.
on,
He
he
threw
threw hard.
No, he was
but
good.
I hit a
slider out.
Attaboy.
So it was
While he was playing shortstop.
He was
How
he
about
was,
that?
dude. He was gassing me up,
He hung it.
and then he just hung a slider, and I don't even know how I touched
He let
it.
your bat catch up.
Hey, he
Attaboy.
literally did.
Boy.
You
Shout
close
out-
your
shout
eyes.
out
You
Bryce
close your
Edler.
eyes.
Literally.
Yeah.
That was
Gone.
it.
Shout out Bryce.
And then he hit a 3-run home run to put them up a run, and then
Yeah,
they
he
beat
could-
us 7-6.
he could rake, that's for sure.
Yeah, he was disgusting.
Third base, I'm gonna go with. I played with some good third basemen in my life, but I'm gonna have to go with my man Champ Cole Hampton. That's my guy. You know, playing with him right now. Played with him the last 2 years now, and I'm sticking with Champ.
Champ.
Yep. And
Champ.
That's a ball player
yeah,
right there.
Champ.
No, I love the way he plays.
Yeah.
The way
he's
he
a ball
approaches
player.
the game
Dude,
is really good too.
This
man.
past weekend,
Yeah, he went off.
oh my gosh.
Yeah, he's been, not having the results he's wanted, but he's stuck with it, and it showed this weekend.
When that
And I
dude
think
gets
he's
hot, he
gonna,
gets hot,
He's
so-
gonna just
Yeah, when he's
trend
hot,
up
he's hot.
for
Yeah.
sure. Great teammate too. Great
Yeah.
teammate. And my outfield, left field, and right field are gonna be made up of my two best friends that I had at Miami. Two of my best friends still to this day: Benji Brokman from South Holland, Illinois, and JJ Woolwine from Fishers, Indiana.
Ooh, JJ.
Those are my two of my guys till the day we die for
Do you
sure.
go to
Those are
school
my
with them?
guys. Yeah, I went at Miami. I went with them, and Benji, for the 2 years I was there, Benji batted 300, I think, both years and led off. And then JJ was hurt my first year and played my second year. I think he batted over 300 and probably hit 7 or 8 bombs. And those were the two fastest guys I've ever seen too. They were a piece.
Where is didn't you try to get JJ to UIndy?
Yeah, and he kind of talked about it and thought about it because he knows EJ, Coach Davari. He knows
Yeah,
him.
okay.
But the thing that people don't know about JJ is that every single year he's played college baseball, he's had a surgery and had his season
Oh,
cut
no.
short. The 1 year that he didn't was my sophomore year, and that was a season he played all year long. But he had a torn hip labrum and just played through it. So, got injured a lot, but he was a beast when he's healthy, and I'm taking him. And my center field spot.
You got this, bro. There's only one person I would choose.
I mean, we're thinking of the same guy, and it's got to be Mr. Brandon DeWitt.
It's gotta be.
It's gotta be.
It
gotta be. Wait,
Brandon
who el-
DeWitt.
who
And
else would
that
you
leaves-
say?
Who else?
Yeah.
I mean, Nick Lukac has played a very
Oh,
good
yeah,
center
yeah.
field. He's a very good defensive center fielder, but Brandon DeWitt, I got to go with Brandon
He's the
DeWitt.
goat.
And
Well,
I'm
yeah, you
taking
literally
this
the
guy
goat.
to my right as my DH. Caleb Vaughn is my DH.
Hey.
Mr. UND over here. One of the
Golly.
greatest to ever put the uniform on.
Ready,
Quit
son.
playing, bro.
Yeah.
Ready? Yeah, ready.
Nah, in all honesty, though, yeah, I'm
Caleb
taking
Reddick.
him at my DH. Guy who can hit bombs, guy who can steal bases.
Appreciate it.
Guy
pretty
who,
good-
if he gets
pretty
hit
good
on the
DH.
foot with a ball, he may be out for 2 weeks.
But if that doesn't happen, man,
But
he's
as
hitting
long
home
as he don't get hit by a pitch, you get him.
He's good.
He'll be all right.
Don't get hit by that pitch.
He'll be all
Oh
right.
man. And Brandon DeWitt could pitch for you too.
Yeah, he could. And I'm gonna go. I'll pick one bullpen arm. My roommate, my first year and my second year at Miami of Ohio, Brady McLean, one of my best friends of all time, the best golfer I know as well. But that's my guy. I went into college with him, and that's my guy. The ultimate competitor as well. Reminds me of the
Nice.
same compete mentality that Z Willie has.
Fire.
That's fire.
Well, that's his 2 lineups for you guys.
Yep. Sorry,
I
that I
hope
could
you
talk
enjoyed
about
it.
that all
That was
day.
awesome.
No, I love
No, I
dude,
enjoyed
love that.
every
I
yeah,
love that.
Yeah, that's fine.
The best is doing like your starting lineup for the Bible characters. Like who would you
Man, I haven't thought about that.
dude, it's
Bible
fire,
characters.
bro.
Give me Jesus at shortstop.
Literally.
Moses playing second right next to him.
I'll put David behind the dish.
The
Now,
all-time team, the Bible all-time
That is
team.
cool. That's cool to think about.
so you went to Miami, Ohio.
Yep.
Pretty big party school. How was that?
Yeah.
Do you have any crazy stories, pretty wild stories, anything that you want to share that you can't share? I
Yeah,
guess.
that's the
That
I
you're
won't get
allowed
you in
the
to-
trouble.
question is the wildest, and
Legal.
I can't state the wildest story. Probably the top 5 if I'm being honest. But
Off camera.
Miami of Ohio it's a different campus than you would think too. So in the time that I was there for the 2 years I was there, we didn't go to house parties. There weren't house parties, dude. There's 10 to 12 bars on campus, all within the shortest walking distance ever. So man, you just bar to bar to bar to bar, and then when you leave the bar, you do what you do when you leave the bar. With
You figure it out.
yeah, you figure out
Do
what
some
happens
things.
from there. But yeah, so you don't we don't really go to house parties. We would pregame at some places, but I'm trying to think the wildest or most fun story that I could share. So one of the most fun nights that I've ever had in college was the my sophomore year. The women's soccer team rented out a whole bar,
Oh,
and
Wow.
that's fire.
so it was just them, and they invited whoever, but we ruined their party, their bar. We quickly made that bar about us and not about their little party they had. All their parents were there and everything, but
Oh,
none of our
wow.
parents were there because like it wasn't our party, so we didn't care. We walked in
Yeah.
there, we were
Probably
finished the night standing on top of tables and
Yeah.
all types of stuff like that.
It's
But
pretty fun.
there was a lot more that went into that night that made it the most fun. But they rented out the bar and that was very fun.
Imagine renting out a bar.
Yeah, it was
Couldn't.
nice. It was great.
Hey, have you?
Imagine.
Do you get to go to Gilbert?
I never went
No,
to
he
jail.
never got to go to
Oh,
Joe.
man.
Jailbird was lit.
Benny, the Benny guy.
Ben,
Wow.
Gilbert was a
You've been to
little.
Colonial.
I have been in Big C.
The Big
yeah.
C.
I didn't go to the famous Big C night, but I have been there. But one of the historically fun things that we would do at Miami was so every single Saturday, right? We would get our inter squads done. We would start at 8 a.m. and we'd be done with our inter squads by like 11. And there was a bar called Brick Street, and so they did this thing where it's called Beat the Clock. And so it started at noon, and at noon you could get a pitcher of beer for $1.
What?
And then at 1 o'clock it would be $2.
That would
at
be-
2 o'clock it'd be $3. So you get done with your inter squad and you go to the bar, and the whole campus is there at noon on a Saturday. And
That's
it's just like,
fire.
If you're smart, you're there.
yeah, and it's like something about like day drinking. It's
Yeah.
just it's different, dude.
It
It
hits,
hits, man.
different.
It does hit.
It hits.
As
And
bad
when
as
the
that
sun's
sounds.
out,
to
I feel
say,
like-
yeah,
I
it's
feel
because
like-
You got a little buzz at
warm
2 o'clock.
weather,
It's only
dude.
2, boys.
It's
It's only
crazy.
2. Come on.
We're gonna go back and take a nap, and we're gonna come back here at about
Exactly.
8.
Dude, you just if you get drunk day drinking, there's a problem with you. Like I feel like
You can't get.
you
drunk.
can't get drunk. You can
You
get
can drink
drunk.
as much as you want.
Yeah,
but you
and
won't
it's
get
just a
drunk.
constant
Day drinking.
buzz that you're
I must
just
not be drinking
enjoying.
the same stuff, man.
I mean,
No, but one thing I will say.
No, what I'm saying is like
When
I
you
feel
day
like at
drink, you don't
nighttime
feel
you
bad.
get tired.
Oh yeah, no. I
Yeah, you
feel-
get
yeah.
tired, you
feel-
fall
yeah,
asleep,
you
and you
don't feel
black
bad,
out.
you just-
You
You're-
can't
you're
black
up
out in the
when
day
you're day
drink.
drinking
Yeah,
for sure. You're
exactly.
up. Yeah, so those nights were fun, and then we'd take a nap, and then we'd come back and go to Brick Street again until about 2 a.m. and probably make some not good decisions there.
I
Fire.
love day drinking. So
Fire.
definitely my top.
that's fair.
Yeah, I
You
agree.
should.
Yeah, that's probably I can't share the most wild ones.
Off
Yeah,
camera.
yeah, I
We'll
agree.
get it
It's
off
probably
camera.
smart, honestly.
Probably
I
smart.
don't want to get any legal trouble.
We'll do it off
We're
camera.
couple
All right.
trouble.
Bring those up. Bring those up to the camera view.
What is it?
Camera
my
view.
shoes.
Easton here is a little fresh guy.
I appreciate it.
He's got drip. That's what the
Yeah,
kids
pretty
call it.
drippy
He
guy.
has some drip. As you can see, he has some nice sneakers on today.
Appreciate it.
Nice
we
kicks.
need your top 3 favorite sneakers.
Okay. These are actually like probably my number one favorite shoe. Probably a little biased too because I actually got them and I was like, man, that's pretty cool. These are one of my favorite shoes and I got them. But
Like you got them on the drop.
no,
Or
I
no?
didn't get them on the drop. I bought them used. I didn't buy them brand new, so I didn't pay an insane amount of money. I bought them used.
Those are Travis, right?
yeah, but they were obviously they weren't that cheap, but they were worth it for me, definitely. But my favorite shoe, probably of all time, is those right there. I'm a big fan of the Kobe 8s. They are a low top Kobe shoe that I played basketball in, and I used to love them. They're one of my first shoes that I ever got, but I mean, obviously those are a basketball shoe. They're not just like a lifestyle shoe, but I love Jordan 3s. Growing up, those were my favorite. Jordans probably were Jordan 3s, and the low top Jordan 1s. I mean, like obviously I love the low top Jordan 1s, and
Do you like the Concours?
I mean, yeah,
I'm a kind of yes and no.
yeah, but like me personally, I don't really walk around and like those types of shoes now. But like growing up, those were my favorite shoes. Were like retro Jordans and stuff for sure. So like the Jordan 11, the Jordan 3, the Jordan 1, those are definitely my all-time favorites. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll go. The Travis Scott ones are my number one all-time favorite shoe. The number two would be the Kobe Bryant All-Star Kobe Bryant 8s. They're orange with like a little bit of fire on them. And then I'm gonna go with the KD 6s. If you didn't have a pair of KD 6s growing up, you were not
You
fly.
were not fly,
him.
bro.
That's
You were
all I can
not
say.
fly.
I didn't
I
know.
didn't.
You were
Yeah,
not
y'all
fly.
were
Dang
not.
it.
Y'all were not there.
Which ones did you have?
I had the Maryland
wasn't
Blue
drippy.
Crabs.
I guess, yeah.
I had some other ones too, but
I was a dry
those
boy.
are a memorable
Had
shoe
some
for me.
baseball
I had the
cleats.
Gamma. I had the Gamma 11s. Those are one of my favorite shoes of all time.
I own the Gamma Blues.
LeBron
those are
10s,
fire.
LeBron 10s with the backwards Nike sign. The first shoe with the backwards Nike sign were the LeBron 10s, and I did have probably 3 pairs of those.
The LeBron 11s. The next ones with like the
Yeah,
like,
those
were decent.
those were good. They're LeBron 10s were crazy.
I got those to hoop in one year.
Yeah,
Do you got
there's a
any?
difference. Hooping shoes and wearing a wrap
Yeah.
shoes.
You got
for sure.
any off whites?
Off whites? No, I do not. I do like off white a lot. I like the off white Prestos. Those are actually
Those
Those
are
are
nice.
fire.
off white. The
Those are nice.
all white off white Prestos are one of my favorite shoes. I haven't been able to break the bank on those yet, but hopefully one day those can be a shoe that I can
Mhm.
get.
For sure.
Fire. How many
Yeah.
shoes do you own?
I don't really have an insane amount of shoes. I kind of stick to what I wear, and I'd say I probably 10 to 12 pairs. Nothing crazy.
Fire.
I mean, at one point in my room there's probably 25 pairs of shoes in there, but I sold a lot of them I've sold a lot of them throughout my years in college just because I need some money here and I need some money there, and I didn't wear them a whole bunch.
Yeah.
I used to be a big like buy these shoes and hold them and not wear them. Now if I'm buying them, I'm wearing them. Like I wear these a lot. They're
Yeah.
expensive, but I bought them to wear them.
Fire.
Yeah.
All
fair.
right, fellas. So
I like this right here.
I'm going back to this segment. Easton's just such a good guest that I want his opinion on these two. So we're going back to Is it good? Part 2.
Or bad.
Or bad? Is it good or bad? All right.
This is-
Stirrups. This
this
is
is
baseball.
baseball, yeah,
It is
Baseball,
Baseball.
yeah, baseball edition.
Stirrups are good. I think the right guys should wear stirrups. There's some guy like, for instance, if I saw Will Spear show up to the game and he had some high pants with stirrups on, I'd probably be, hey, Will,
Hey, put them calves away.
Will, grab the
Put-
other pants you got, bro. And there ain't nothing, that's some people wear them, some people don't. I just have only seen him in long pants, but stirrups are good. I personally like the stirrups with like the tweeners versus like stirrups with super high with
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
the knee highs.
Yeah.
But I like
Yeah.
stirrups. Stirrups are good. Stirrups are good.
Yeah.
And he's drippy. So take that what you want.
Appreciate that.
Sunflower seeds.
Sunflower seeds are great.
Yeah. What's
Yeah.
your favorite?
Great.
Favorite
Not just good.
Yeah.
They're great.
Not
Oh.
just good. They're great.
Sweet,
Phenomenal.
sweet and spicy.
You
That's
got
the
two.
only. That's the only right answer.
Will and I have been
Sweet spices.
smacking those at every game, dude.
Absolutely fine.
Best
Only
sunflower
My gums are
seeds.
losing.
Oh yeah, no, your gums are gonna be raw.
My gums
They're
are
the
losing.
best.
Hey, shout out
My
to
dinner.
Coach Christopher Todd. You put me on those.
Oh, the
Those are some of
Takis.
their
The Takis
fire-
are pretty good.
Those
too.
are fire too.
I mean everything but original. I'm gonna muck on, and I'm not
Yeah.
buying them. I'm taking them from someone else for sure.
Facts.
Oh, absolutely. All right. Bat flips.
You guys know the answer to that, and I love the bat flip.
You got
I don't
to.
think I hit a home run last year that wasn't bat flipped.
You got to.
I'm not gonna lie. I did hit a ball that I hit a ball as hard as I possibly could in the K-Out Cancer game, and I pimped it, and it did not go over the fence.
I think I
When
saw it.
had to be blowing in?
The wind was howling
There
in,
we
bro,
go.
but I was like, damn, I got juice like that. Like, I'll get it through the wind.
Nope.
That was the first time I ever did that.
Did he catch it?
Oh, he caught it.
I saw.
No.
He caught it like up against,
up against the wall. I think I
Yeah.
saw that.
Did
I think I
anybody
saw
say
that.
anything to you?
Oh, yeah.
They let you have it?
Yeah, everyone was laughing. I got kangaroo.
Weight
court.
room, all the comments and
Oh,
stuff.
yeah. But I was like, bro,
You got max fine.
Yeah,
That's hard.
I was like,
Yeah.
I, had
Max
never, I had
fine.
never hit a ball that hard that didn't go out at this place, no matter what the wind was doing. So, I don't know. I think maybe the ball was messed up or something. No, I'm just kidding.
Had to be.
I'm just kidding.
How about is Pumpkin dying? What is going on?
I'm
over
over
there?
here like, what is?
Is that
what
good?
happening?
Is that good? That
That's
noise?
not whatever that is. Can't be
That's
good.
got to stop. All right.
Oh,
We got
it's not.
someone
Next
dying.
up, we have pitch clocks.
Pitch clocks are. I'm not a fan of pitch clocks. Actually, I'm not a. I don't know.
Because
It's kind of like
were they implemented your freshman year?
no, my last year I think.
Not
was
your
the first
freshman year. I mean, yeah, last year was the
Last
first year, right?
Yeah.
This is first
Yeah,
year.
when you came to UIndy, they weren't implemented, and I feel like we
Actually-
had so much more time to get in the box.
Yeah,
bro.
but I will say I personally haven't had anything happen with the pitch clock where I was like, oh, like the pitch clock screwed me. It's
Right.
honestly, I'm all for speeding the game up a little bit, I guess. And
Yeah.
the baseball games can be very long, but I mean, it kind of is good for the game actually. Now that I think about it,
mean,
it
it
probably
really-
makes viewers a lot more happy when
It really doesn't change a whole lot.
No, and that it doesn't either. The only thing I'm not a fan of is how now if you call time as a hitter,
Oh, it counts.
it counts as an offensive conference,
that's
and I
stupid.
don't like that because
That is stupid.
that takes away like calling time is a strategic thing to do. Like when guys are in a groove, like
Yeah,
you step in
just-
the box and the whole time you're like, I'm gonna call time. Like
Mess
you
up
have
his
no
timing.
plan to swing that bat. You're just gonna step in and call time, and you can't do that anymore without it being a conference and like.
Or
It should be like the
just be like, I
MLB.
got something in my eye.
Yeah, that's the play.
That's
You
the
always
do
see
play.
that,
Or
right?
like try to tie your
Tie your shoe. I used to
Yeah.
step on my shoelace all the
It
time.
That's
should be
the
like the
best.
MLB that you can call timeout one time and that's
During
it.
an
Yeah,
at-bat.
and
During the whole
I would agree.
at-bat.
I would agree for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Just
How
to
about-
slow down.
How about instant replay?
Instant replay is good if you don't have the cameras we got, man. Instant
So,
replay.
yeah.
Instant replay at UND's. I mean, you might as well take it on the first iPad ever made.
Just flip it.
That's what the camera quality is. Like you had a Motorola flip phone.
You're
that's
zooming
what-
in and
yeah.
stuff. You're seeing shapes. You're like, I
there's
think
not-
that's the ball. I
yeah,
don't know.
There's not much that gets overturned at
You
UND.
can't even
you sit
zoom
there and
in.
wait for
Yeah, you're waiting.
But like Power 5 and like MLB instant replay is great. Like get the call
Yeah.
right. You have the opportunity to get it right. You should get it right. But at
For sure.
UND, just throw that out.
Yeah, just whatever we call it. How about the shift?
The shift. I mean, I don't know why that shift was banned in the MLB. Like, if people want to play where they want to play, you should be able to not hit it there every single time. Sure, a couple times, but like they're playing you there for a reason. Like, quit rolling over.
Hey, look, you need to bring the shift back.
Like,
now
there's
that-
they can't shift it
now,
bunt it
tor-
over the
now with
fence.
torpedo bats.
I'm sure Reddy would like the bun.
Say that too. What's
Reddy
his
is a
name?
fan of the shift. My only problem with the shift is
First
like
baseman.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like when I'm shifted and our pitcher gets a ground ball that like
Be
a
right
normal shortstop would be there, and then they're like aggravated. And I'm like, man, you got the right to be mad. You did your job and got a ground
Yeah.
ball, and I'm not there.
Yeah.
So like, yeah.
What about torpedo bats?
I never swung one, but man, if they're working, they're working. I'm all
Yeah.
for player advantage.
Drew
Hitter
just
To be
got
advantage.
honest, I'm sure.
Drew just got one.
Did he
I was
Is it
so-
in? Is it in?
He just got it today. I think he's
well-
pretty excited today.
Drew,
What
if
time
you-
we hitting tomorrow?
Drew, if you
11?
keep it upstairs, just know I'm gonna find my hands on it.
You can go. Yeah.
Just kidding.
I'm sure they're gonna like Marucci or something. They're gonna pull out some metal torpedo.
Yeah, no, I bet
That'd be
they're already
cool.
working on it because they're gonna
Yeah.
say that some 14-year-old kid's dad's gonna buy all of them,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
even if it's $700.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
I
it's
just
gonna be.
got you the DiMarini torpedo. You can now hit.
Oh, it's gonna be like
great
$1,000.
value.
It's gonna be a grand.
They pay it
They'll
too.
pay for it.
Oh yeah, they will.
All right, and last but not least, I know the answer to this one: 7-inning doubleheaders.
And I hate doubleheaders.
Terrible.
Doubleheaders suck. Now the thing is, 7-inning ones have become good because this year we've already done 2 doubleheaders that have been a 9 and a 7 because the Sunday game gets moved. So we'll play like
Oh,
2
I hate
games
that.
Friday, 2 games Saturday, which we're doing I think again this weekend.
Yeah, you play 2 tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's like 9-7-7-9.
So then it goes 9, 7, 7, 9.
That's
So you're
bad.
playing. You're not playing 2 sevens. You're playing a 9 and a 7. So
Yeah,
I've
that's
come to
That's
like the
terrible.
2 sevens.
They honestly
Two
need to
sevens.
just change our schedule to three games a weekend, 3 9-inning games,
Nice.
Friday, Saturday,
Yeah.
Sunday. That's how Tampa plays.
Yeah,
They just play a single game.
just a long
yeah.
day, man. Just
Yeah, it is.
Doubleheaders are long days, dude.
Sunday, you're kind of like dragging. You're just like, man, my
Yeah.
body is.
I would
feeling
rather
terrible.
play 9-9-9
Yeah.
and then play like 9 in a midweek
You'd have
and
to
then
pick
that's
up
it.
midweek games. Yeah,
That's it.
But it'd
Um,
be worth it.
I have one last question before we get into our final segment here. Actually, I might have 2. From your first year at UIndy, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I know stats don't matter, but I think you hit a little bit under 300 compared to hitting 363, 360. Maybe you're the following year. What changed in your mindset, and like, what advice would you give somebody that had a good year to come back and have an even better great year?
Yeah, I think that can be dangerous territory to mess with. If you obviously you want high expectations for yourself, but if you have a good year, you don't always have to be so much better and be
Right.
disappointed if you're not. Like, be who you are, do what you do. Like, if you're a guy who hit 2 home runs and that's just not your game, like next year don't make it a goal of yours to hit 10 home runs and let your average drop 30 points and like just be who you are. It can be a double-edged sword trying to just always be better, but for me personally, I think I just caught a wave and I just rode it, man. Like there wasn't these no I mean, I did change my load, I had this big high leg kick and I took that out and I just did no stride. So I kept it a lot simple and real slow, and my tempo was way less jerky before I swung, and it just made, bat to ball skill and contact and just seeing the ball a lot easier. But it wasn't like had this crazy switch in my approach or my philosophy or anything, man. I just started out well and I just rode it, and I think that's just how baseball is, dude. Like you get hot and the ball feels like you're seeing beach balls, and you get on a little slump, and it feels like you're in ping pong balls. You're hitting
Yeah.
M&Ms up there, and it's
Yeah, for
just
sure.
like,
M&M's, yeah.
so yes, that's what it's feeling like sometimes. And so I don't think I figured it out and just had some otherworldly thing pop up. I think I just caught a wave and I just rode it. And the last season was like the first year that I actually like took my faith and like really, I mean, I've always believed in God, but I really was like, I'm gonna give this season to him, man. Like whatever happens, happens. It's his plan. Like if I struggle, if I do well, like I trust in it and I'm gonna let it happen. And I don't think it's a coincidence that when I did that, I had the best season of my life. So like I'll definitely give all the credit to like putting my faith in God and just letting him take care of the results, because at the end of the day, like if I'm controlling what I can control, I'm not going out there trying to get out. I'm not going out there trying to, let the pitcher beat me. So like if I do what I do, I'll let him take care of the results, and whatever happens, happens. And like I was blessed to have a great season by doing that. So I'll attribute all my success to that. Just put my faith in him and praying about it and talking to God and
Yeah.
just being in a good state of mind and doing the right things off the field, I think.
Perfect segue.
That's
a great
to-
answer.
Yeah, perfect segue to the question I wanted to ask next. I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Usually we end with Bible talk, but we have another good activity at the end.
I had some good segments in there.
But I want to know a little bit more about your faith journey and kind of like how it's grown. And I think you might be the leader of a Bible study on the baseball team.
You are.
Yeah, that's thanks to you, man. You were
Yeah,
the
you took
walked
over
so I could
Caleb's.
run, man. You showed me how to do it last year. But I like I said, I've always been someone who believed in God and someone who like really wanted to take the next steps in my faith, and always like had it in the back of my mind that I was going to, but I never really did. And I'll give all the credit in the world to my girlfriend. She is way a way better person of faith than I could ever be, and I'm honestly like every day I just strive to be like her in that aspect, like just the way she goes about it, the way she carries herself. But she never like forced that on me at all. Obviously, someone who's like very strong in their faith wants to be in a relationship with someone who's very strong in their faith, but she never like that wasn't me when we first met, and she never let that keep me from dating her. It was just kind of like, like we're gonna grow together, we're gonna hold each other accountable, and like do things like that. And so I give her all the credit, and that she is the sole reason that I started taking my faith way more serious. I wanted to like I saw her do it firsthand, and it was like, man, like that's cool. I want to do that. I want to be that for her, because that's what she wants in a relationship, and like I wanted to do that for her. And it's like at the end of the day, when I sat down and thought about things, like, man, why would I not put all my faith into God? And just like if I saw a quote that said like if I'm wrong about God and about my faith, I wasted my life. But like if you're wrong, you wasted your eternity.
Yeah.
And one of them's a lot longer, man. But I'm not worried about if I wasted it or anything, but it just like it makes sense to me. It makes sense to, it's not a coincidence that we all ended up here. There's never been life made from not life. Like you can claim the Big Bang and all this, but like never in the whole entire world has life ever been made from something that isn't life. So, I believe in God with everything in me, but it definitely goes back to my girlfriend, and she definitely is the sole reason that I started taking it more serious. And I have guys, I mean, I have someone like you that I got to, she may have started it. Sorry.
Throat was getting a little.
Get a little choked up talking about my girlfriend. No,
Shout
she said, yeah, shout out Emma. That's the goat right there. But she definitely started it. But it's also one thing to be in that spot with your girlfriend, and it's another thing to feel comfortable about it, talking with the guys, and being in Bible study and talking like with guys that like you don't always like we mess around, we joke around, man. We're not always just sitting here talking about faith and talking about that stuff. So
Right.
like it's different to sit down and talk with your buddies about it. And like I have people like you and Will who and Lucho who I got to sit down and do Bible study with, and it was like, man, this is a cool this is a cool like area that it's easy to talk about this with my girlfriend. Like I tell her stuff that I don't tell anybody, but like
Right.
to sit down and have that companionship with you guys was like a whole nother step from like she started me here and then you guys got me here, and it was just like a really cool journey.
And you don't think they think like that? They like. I feel like as men, we don't open up as much,
Yeah.
and that's a moment that you kind of like let yourself go.
Yeah, you put everything
Mhm.
to the side.
Yeah,
Like,
for
man,
sure.
it doesn't. There's been some of the best conversation I've ever had with my teammates is Bible study, just talking about things. Like we could get off track and not really talk about what's going on in the Bible study that we read, and just get talking about some other things. And it's just like that hasn't. It's been in my mind, but that hasn't came out of my mouth. But
Right.
like it's having people like you guys in the Bible study just.
I was reading the other day, and I forget exactly what it's in. I think it might be in James 5, and it just talks about like confessing like our sins to each other, and then having like prayer over that, like, and how much healing can come from that is actually insane. I just think like I love that. I love like your story, um your testimony on like how you have built your relationship with the Lord. And to any non-believer that's listening right now, like we love you guys, and like we truly just want you to know who Jesus is. Like honestly, like once you have that, like that little fire as we were talking about in the last podcast, like that thing can grow into a humongous flame. And once you're on fire for Jesus, like I said, that fire will never go out.
That's
So
for sure.
yeah.
Yep.
That was awesome. Good man. All right. Last segment. It's another good one. It's called Good Looks.
Good
So,
looks.
Easton's going to give us his good recommendations for the topics that we give him. First
Okay.
one,
Oh, okay.
good movie
I like
/
this.
movies.
V, you're carrying tonight, bro.
Hey.
You're MVP. This
Hey,
shouldn't be about. It should be about you.
Hey, appreciate you, bro. Shortstop to shortstop.
Yeah.
Good movies. My favorite movie of all time is Good Will Hunting. Good Will
Good.
Hunting.
Hey, that we end the podcast there. We're done.
Wow.
Cut it.
Hey, you got it. That's a great movie.
Here we go.
We
That
watched
is
that in
great.
Columbia, fun
We could do
fact.
that ourselves.
That's a great movie.
Great
I'm sorry.
movie.
It
Good.
is. We did watch that at
That's a good
Columbia.
movie.
That was far.
Good Will Hunting. Obviously, the greatest movie of all time is The Sandlot.
Fire
So
movie.
that's a
Good
good
based
movie.
on
Catch Me If You Can. Another Leonardo DiCaprio movie. Love that movie. Obviously, you know, I'm a big movie guy. I love movies. I love movies so much, honestly. I'll sit and watch a movie by myself.
What's your
Are you a
favorite
show guy?
reference of a movie?
My favorite reference of a movie.
Ooh,
I'm a
let's-
show. I'm
let's-
not a show guy.
Not a
That's
show
the
guy?
thing.
Bad,
The only
bad.
show I've ever really gotten into is Prison Break, and I love Prison
Fire.
Break. Prison Break is
Fire.
the greatest
I've
show.
heard
Never
you
watch
guys-
it.
Have you never watched it? Oh, you
Never
gotta
watched
watch
it.
It's on
it.
Netflix, yeah?
Hey, favorite saying from a movie, and we have to try to guess it. Come on.
You have to guess the movie.
Yeah, gotta
Oh,
guess
yeah,
the
we
movie
should play
from what you
this.
say.
I'm busting in Columbia.
There's a good one that I used to say a lot when I was younger because it was funnier when I was younger. But he said, if I had a dog as ugly as you, I'd shave its butt and teach him to walk backwards.
What? I've seen that, dude.
I have no idea. Dude.
That's a sports movie.
Yeah.
I'm going dodgeball, but I know I'm wrong.
No.
That's not like Benchwarmers? No.
No,
No.
I love the Bench Warmer. That's a good movie too. I love
That's
the
a
Bench
great
Warmer.
movie.
If I had a dog as ugly as you,
I'd shave its butt and tell
Teach him to walk backwards.
Dude, I've seen that movie. Who's the actor that says it? Do you know?
I couldn't tell you. It is from the Sandlot.
Is?
Yeah, he's catching behind there, and he's like, he just says it to one of the guys, and then he also says, he's just sitting back there. He's like, "Is that your sister
Oh yeah.
out there in left field, naked? She's naked." That's a good one.
That's a good movie.
Yeah.
How about good restaurants?
Good restaurants. Me and my girlfriend Emma's go-to spot downtown is Harry and Izzy's. It is pricey, but I love Harry and Izzy's. We went there for our anniversary, just probably, not too long ago, and it's just as good every single time. I love Harry and Izzy's.
Kind of food.
Just get the biggest steak you could ever put your eyes on,
Oh,
Lucho.
yeah.
And I just go to
Insane.
town on it.
Yeah.
how do you get it cooked?
You can tell a lot about a person by how they get their steak cooked. And I'm gonna go. You can.
You really can.
You
No,
can.
actually, you can't.
I'm a medium. type of guy.
Okay, that's a
You know, I'm not out there just trying to eat blood clots, but I'm also not trying to eat straight rubber. But
yeah. Medium's good.
good amount of
Medium
pink
rare.
on there.
I do medium rare, but
Yeah,
So-
I can handle medium rare for sure.
Medium
I'd tear it up.
I'll do
if it's
medium rare.
that's where I go.
I
you are
would.
doing rare though.
Yeah,
Tear
but
that up.
rare.
Rare's
I mean, bro, if they come out there and give me a steak that's rare, like I'm not the type of person to be like, "Oh yeah, it's for medium." Rare. So I'm gonna eat it. But preference-
if you get it well done, then it's like
well done.
well done. You
You're
need
like,
to, you need to go home.
Get this
If,
tire away.
if you're
Yeah.
if you're gonna pay $50 for a steak and you get it well done, like it's not
yeah.
$75 for a steak and you get it well done.
Chewing on the concrete
Yeah,
at
you're
that
doing-
point.
Yeah, at
Yeah.
that point, you might as well just
Hang them
Chew
up
on the table.
Hang them up.
Yeah, eat
All
the
right.
napkins they gave you.
How about good songs or artist?
Good songs or artists. Well, I said my favorite country artist is Riley Green, so I'm gonna go Riley Green. I love NBA YoungBoy. That's my guy. It's one of my
Yeah.
walk-up songs always. I love Lil Baby too. Lil Baby and NBA YoungBoy are up there. I like Zach Bryan. Zach Bryan's great artist. More I'm trying my rappers are definitely gonna outweigh my country singers. I love country songs, like don't get me wrong, but I just have always listened to rap music. So I mean I like Lil Durk, I like G Herbo, I like Babyface Ray, I like Baby Smooth. Probably I mean that's a lot of
A
people.
lot of the babies.
Yeah.
A lot of the babies.
Yeah, it's just a whole baby
G
family.
Herbo's so hard.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot of rappers up there. Individual songs, I'm not like I don't know, I couldn't tell you my favorite song off the
Yeah,
top of my
it's
head. It's
tough.
just kind of whatever I'm feeling, you know.
It's fair.
But
Valid.
for walk-up songs, NBA YoungBoy, always.
Gotcha.
Fire.
Last but not least, good podcast.
Good podcast, man.
Have you ever been on one? Have you ever seen one? I
I've
don't know, been a
never,
guest on one?
yeah, I don't
Been
know.
on
I can't
one.
think of a single
been
good
on one and talked
podcast
on one,
ever,
maybe?
man.
Any of the good ones?
Nah, this is the best podcast. there.
Let's go.
Nah, this is the best podcast. there. And me personally, I'm not a big podcast guy, but this is one I can tune into, you know? When it's people that
fire.
you know, it's a lot easier
Fire.
to tune into and like check up on. But
Yeah.
also I wanted to say that I deleted the app Instagram on my phone for like the past probably I don't know, 2 months maybe. Yeah, probably like a month and a half, 2 months. I just deleted Instagram just because I was just kind of trying to get away from it, and I download it like once a month or anything. So I haven't really like checked in with the pod, but like you know I'll get on it.
You gotta
And-
lock
yeah,
lock back in
love
now.
it.
Now
I
that you're
will.
on
Yeah,
it, you gotta
exactly.
lock back in.
I'll
That's
lock
love.
in with the pod for sure.
Yeah.
Well, that's all my segments. I got no more, but hopefully that was good.
All right, Caleb, your segment now, just to finish it off.
Well, Easton Good. It was good having you.
I enjoyed
appreciate
this
it.
one. I really
This
did.
one was awesome.
I appreciate it, boys.
We knew that we had to do you. We knew that we had to have you on. You had to be the first active player on the UND roster to make it on the podcast, and I'm glad we could make it work. All right, we appreciate
I
you guys
appreciate it.
watching. Please like, subscribe, comment.
All the
Te-
good stuff.
Yeah, tell us
all the
what you
good
want.
stuff.
Tell us what you want to hear, and
Yeah.
till next time.
And for the next YouTube video, I'll do the intro. Welcome back to another YouTube video.
All right,
I
Peace
love
out.
you guys.
Kiss someone.
peace, love.